We've added a few new options in our templates and I wanted to show them to you. So let's get started. The first one is going to be the consent checkbox. You'll find that on the main open-ended question type. So basically, why would you need to use this consent checkbox? Let's say if you need your customers' approval to use their good feedback as testimonials or reviews, or maybe if you want to contact detractors by phone, you can ask them for that. So basically, when a customer will answer the survey and when they reach the main open-ended question, they will see this along with the input field of the main open-ended question. So of course, they can tick the box and then you'll be able to see that in Retently. So on the feedback page, that's basically what it's going to look like. Of course, depending the text that you'll personalize, and you'll see that the customer gave you the consent. And this text, it can be personalized based on that initial score. So you can have a different text for promoters and a totally different one for detractors. And the great thing though is that maybe you don't want to ask for consent from detractors or passive, so you can easily remove this option from a particular category of respondents, while it's still going to be there for promoters in this case. The next option is to redirect your survey respondents instead of showing them the thank you page. Basically, how that works: when a person answers the survey, they will leave that initial rating score, then they will go through the other questions of the survey template, and at the end, they will be either shown a thank you message personalized based on their initial score, or you can simply redirect them to another web page. Just to give you an idea here, let's say you would like to redirect your promoters to a reviews platform where you have your company or your product listed so that they can leave their review there as well. So yeah, this scenario, if it works for you, then you can simply customize it in your survey template. The other option is the open in browser. So unfortunately, older versions of some email clients, they may not display the survey template as you have designed it, and some buttons may not be clickable. So for this, we have added this option. Your customers, they will basically see the open in browser option in the footer of the survey, and when they click it, they will be able to answer the initial survey question in the browser, and of course they will also be able to answer the other survey questions in the browser as well. And of course, if you don't need it, then feel free to remove this option. And by the way, since we are talking about removing options from the main rating question, you can do the same with the unsubscribe button. So let's say if you're handling unsubscribers in another software and you really don't need to duplicate this functionality in Retently as well, then you can simply remove it from the template. Some of the other improvements that we have added. So for a long time in Retently, the text was pretty much displayed centered, but right now we have added the option to change the alignment on left or on right, or of course you can leave it to the centered alignment. This will work with literally any text in the survey template except the labels, not likely and very likely labels, because these have to be aligned specifically so that your survey looks neat and beautiful. And one of the last options that we have is that you can now remove the main open-ended question. So simply click this option, delete it. So right now you have basically a one-question survey. Your customers will be able to answer the main rating question, and after that they will eventually reach the thank you page. And of course, if you also choose to redirect them to another page, then basically you only have the main rating question that you're asking them about. And the last option that we have added is to remove the change score feature. So on the main open-ended question, your customers can select and choose a different score if they changed their mind. So they can easily do that, and they will, of course, they'll have to answer for a relevant question for this score, and that's pretty much it. Still, if you need to, you can also get rid of this option from the main open-ended page. Simply click to remove it, and it's gone. But make sure to remove it from the other categories as well, because you are personalizing this page individually for promoters, passives, and detractors. The last thing that I wanted to cover is, so if you have been using Retently for a while, if you already have a survey template that you are sending to your customers, the chances are that some of the options, they will not be displayed, such as open in browser or the consent checkbox. So for that, in order to re-add them, there are actually two ways how you can do that. The first one would be to reset your survey template to defaults. That will basically reset all the content and styling in your survey templates. You'll have to readjust that, but you'll have the new options. Or you can simply get in touch with us and we will be glad to add these options to you.